Welcome students. Hi, this is Kailash sir. Today we will continue the parts of speech from where we had left over yesterday. As you can see now, today we will take the topic that is adjective. Last time we had completed noun, pronoun. This time we will complete the adjective. What is an adjective? Adjective we say is the word which shows the quality of a noun. Quality. As told earlier, they are placed in front of noun. Suppose we are talking about a boy. What can be the qualities of a boy? They can be good, bad, strong, intelligent, helpful, etc. Which a boy, the noun, could have. So these words are put before the noun and hence they become adjectives. Adjectives are useful to show comparison. So they are used in degrees of comparison. They have three forms. Adjectives can be positive, comparative, and superlative. Examples. Suppose good is the positive form, then the comparative form will be better and the superlative form will be best. Then the bad, worse, worst, strong, stronger, strongest, intelligent, more intelligent, most intelligent. The forms of adjectives change in three ways. As you can see in the above list, four examples are given. Let us see how they change. The most common method is by adding er in the comparative form and est in the superlative form to the adjective. Example number 3, strong, stronger, strongest. You can see er and est added to strong. Second method, long words having more than one syllables, or in simple words we can say long words, we add more in the comparative form to the adjective and most in the superlative form at the beginning of the adjective. That is, more and most are added instead of er and est. You can see in the example number 4, intelligent. It is the bigger word, long word we can say, so it is more intelligent and most intelligent. Sometimes all the forms are different. You can see in example 1 and 2, good, better, best, bad, worse, worst. Like this, there are three groups in which adjectives can be changed by adding er or est, by adding more and most, and then totally different forms. Let us continue. Determiners. This is the fourth in that group I had told: noun, pronoun, adjective, and determiners. Determiners, they are the words. You can see, as already mentioned, the determiners are the words which show the quantity of a noun. Even the articles are a part of the determiners. Example: some, few, any, many, none, all, a few, etc. Ordinal numbers, cardinal numbers, etc. Some, it is used in the affirmative or positive sentences. Any is used in negative and interrogative sentences. As they function the same way as adjectives, they are to be used as per the adjectives. Then the next is verbs. So first four group we have already completed: noun, pronoun, adjective, then determiners. Now the fifth one, that is the verbs. Words showing action are verbs. This you have been taught since so many years. Also the forms of to be, to have, to do are verbs, but they are helping verbs, because to be, to have, to do, they are non-action words. Still they are verbs, but they are helping verbs known as auxiliaries. They are non-action. Each verb has 5 forms at the most. The first one, it is the simple present form. In short, we will uh, see that it is spoken as V1. So V1 is equal to simple present form. Second, V2, simple past form. Third, past participle or the V3 form. Next is the present participle or it is the V4 form. And fifth is when used with third person singular, S, ES, VES, etc. are added to the V1. So in this way you can see V1, V2, V3, V4 and this one it is the V5. Now let us study some verb forms. As we saw V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. V4 and V5 it is a general list we can say, but we are mainly concerned with the first three forms. So first three forms are important, that is V1, V2 and V3. V4 it is common, you can see all are having ing at the end as a suffix. And third person singular, that is the V5 form, it is nothing but the V1 form. When it is used with third person singular we add s or es. So main to study are important are the V1, V2 and V3. Now first word we have taken is play. The V2 form is played, then played, playing and plays. In the similar way you can see the list: laugh, laughed, laughed, laughing, laughs, work, worked, worked, working, works, cry, cried, cried, crying, cries. Here you can see y changing into I and then ed is added according to the rules. Like, liked, liked, liking, likes, write, wrote, written, writing, writes, go, went, gone, going, goes, throw, threw, thrown, throwing, throws, grow, grew, grown, growing, grows, bid, bade, bidden, bidding, bids, read, 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 reading, reads, put, 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 putting, puts, cut, 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 cutting, cuts. Now here one extraordinary thing we had seen: read. When we read these forms, read was told as read, then read and read. The V2 and V3 form, that is the past and past participle form, it is pronounced as read, not read. So this is the thing we have to remember. Now, as you study the table, you can see from the given table that the verb forms change in three patterns. The most common is by adding ed at the end of the verb to make the V2 and V3 forms. Example number 1 to 5. Next is the irregular pattern, that is all the forms are different. Example number 6 to 10. The last pattern is that all the forms are same. Example number 11 to 13. You can write down these points in your notebook as they are given in the theory. According to yourself, you can identify which highlighting points are there. If you want to write down all, it is well and good, or you can take out summary like things or main points from the given theory and write down. Examples are compulsory, tables are compulsory. The verb is a very important part of a sentence. Main points we see about the verb: it is useful in active and passive voice to decide the doer and the receiver. Its forms are useful in making the tenses. There are 12 tenses, but the verb forms are only 5. Let us understand how they are used in tenses. The V1, that is the simple present form we call, is used in simple present tense and simple future tense only, that is 2 times. The V2 is used only in the simple past tense, that is one time. The V3, it is used in all the perfect tenses and the passive voice. Perfect tenses are 3, so 3 times. So you can see V1 is used 2 times, V2 is used once, V3 is used 3 times. The V4, it is used in all the continuous and all the perfect continuous tenses. So the continuous tenses are 3, the perfect continuous tenses are 3. So in all 6 times V4 is used. The V5 is used only in the simple present with the third form of singular person. So it is not an extra word. So V1 is used 2 times, V2 is used once, V3 is used thrice, and V4 is used 6 times. In this way, they make 12 tenses. The verb forms are tremendously helpful in dealing with tenses. If one word sentence is there, it could be an action word only. Generally, such sentence is an imperative sentence. The simple form of tense has only the action word, which is also the main verb. When helping verbs are used with action words, the main verb, they turn into other form of tenses. I hope you have understood this. So till now we have studied about the verb. We studied about the action words, but there are the other forms, auxiliaries, or we say helping verbs. The forms of to be are very important, as intenses, voices, everything, they are used with the action words. Let us study the forms of to be. The present form of to be is am, is, and are. The past form of to be is was and were. Future form, it is will or shall plus. Let us see now each. Am is used with I always in the present tense. Is used with the third person singular in the present tense only. Are is used with all the plurals in the present tense. Was is used with I and the third person singular in the past. Were is used with the plurals in the past. Shall is used with all second and third persons in future. Will is used with first person in future. All these things are interlinked parts of speech. If you understand very well, you can interconnect each and everything, and the path of English will be very easy for you. Let us go further. The forms of to be we have studied. The forms of to have are also important. The forms of to have are in the present we have and has, in the past we have had, and future will or shall is added with have, so it becomes future. The forms of to do are also important. In the present, do and does are the forms of to do. The past, always it is did. The future will be will or shall plus do. Very important. There is no verb form for future tense, but the present form, that is the V1 form, is used with the combination of will or shall before the V1 as shown above. Another important thing, the use of forms to do in questions, negatives, etc. when the given sentence does not have any helping verb. Example, suppose a sentence is given, they played well. The negative will be they did not play well. See the entrance of did, then not. So helping verb did is introduced. The question or the interrogative form will be did they play well? See the introduction of did as a question word, and the most noticeable thing or ever to remember is a silly mistake we do. Very important rule: when did is used, we use the v1 form always. When did is used, we use the v1 form. So played changes into play when did is introduced. When they did not play, it is not that they did not played. And other thing, did they play? Here also we see did they played well, it is not used. So see the main difference in errors also. These things are very important. I hope you have understood today's lesson. So please note down all the points. Thank you.